Ooh, I am bringing you on, but I gotta turn the phone off. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I
Okay. Okay, so hey everybody, welcome. I apologize for being late today, but I am in Tampa. My flight was a little bit late, and I just landed. I'm here in Tampa with TLC. We're doing 90s Con. You guys see, I'm here at my hotel, but I wanted to jump on. If you guys can hear me and you can hear my voice, if you can hear me, you can see Mo drop a XO in the chat so we can start this conversation about tonight's episode of Ready to Love. Hey, Colton. Hey, Colton, you guys come on in. Like I said, I apologize for being late, but I was on a plane, so I have good reason. I was on a plane flying to Tampa. Hey, Venus. And I'm here for 90s Con with TLC. So I'm excited about that, but I got a chance to check out Ready to Love, and I want to talk about that. But before we get into tonight's episode, hey, Tiffany, hey, Tamasha, I want to make sure that we do a little bit of recapping on what happened because some craziness had happened on Wednesday. Some craziness had happened on this channel on Wednesday when we had Marie and Chris on. So, Mo, first of all, I'm so glad that your screen looks better because it looked a hot mess uh, for the group chat last week. So let's say welcome to
on
you with
my iPhone now.
Hey,
Yeah.
G Dub, not hey sexy. They calling you sexy. Okay.
Oh,
All right. Mo is sexy tonight. Um but let's talk about what happened Wednesday with Chris and Marie. What was your overall thought before we get into tonight's episode? I just want to talk a little bit about what happened um on this channel on Wednesday because it was definitely not expected. I usually don't really have you know, people coming into I years ago I stopped letting castmates be on two at a time because they would overtalk each other or a lot of different things like that. So I stopped. But because of what was going on, I let Marie come in and defend himself. So I want to ask you, what did you think about Wednesday's conversation?
man, I would just say this. They need to talk. It's a lot of pent up energy. A lot of it explained on, I guess, what we're going to review today, but
Mhm.
a lot of content. I don't know who to believe, to be honest with you.
I will say this. I was a little disappointed in the fact that neither Chris nor Jessica really explained to us what happened at that dinner, right? At that conversation.
Right.
Like I was trying to hear from Chris what Jessica said that made him that emotional, right? And he said it was built up
Right.
over a lot of time, but I feel like this show, we know that Ready to Love, you have to be, around people that I'm trying to get my light a little bit better. You have to be around people that you don't like, right? So I just feel like that was hard for me to understand why I feel like she had to say something that the conversation, we don't really know what happened.
I
My,
think the didn't say something, how cool she was, but so I saw it again. So
yeah,
I'm watching it, and she's taking these jabs, but she's so cool and laid back, and he's trying to get past it, and it
yeah.
just got on his nerves.
So you think it got on his nerves to the point where he would say F you and F everything that you're
Yeah,
about?
because he couldn't get a rise out of her.
Okay. I mean,
I,
I
I'm
just,
not saying
I just, I thought that was crazy. I just did not understand what was said before. And Mo's phone is now, or is off. But I just didn't understand what was said before he said that was his response. Yes, he lost his cool, but
it.
I wanted to know from him, like, what was that conversation that led up to that? Because I just feel like he's not a hothead, right? So I didn't understand why he would go to that point.
He was
But
saying off. You heard him. He was like, "F it. I'm just gonna go in. He ain't got nothing to lose at this point." He's let it off, which was
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. So what about Marie? I almost feel like Marie believed what he was saying. I don't know if I believe it, but I believe that he believed it. I don't think that I feel like he really had a different opinion than Chris. And I don't your face looks like you don't agree. Um I feel like he was definitely I feel like, he really likes Jessica
right.
and I feel like he was having her back. I think he also likes Janelle. I think he's friends with them and I think he was having their back. What do you think? Are you frozen? Mo is frozen.
Now I got it. You keep. I think it's the connection at the hotel. Yes, you're right.
Okay. Okay. So, what did you think from Marie's response?
Um, he got something against homie or something. I don't know. Chris was saying it was jealousy. Because I guess Jessica initially liked Chris, and
She did. We all were clear about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, and then the whole what was the word? Um,
The combative.
yeah, that issue. He felt like he had to carry the water for that. And I don't know, man. I think he played himself though.
You think he played himself?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. A
I
little bit.
think he was just really trying to have, Jessica's back. And I guess I can't think that that was not admirable. But it definitely set us up for tonight's episode. First of all, I want to say that I really, really appreciate Lee and the way she's carried herself this season. I think that she made a smart choice. I feel like, you know, you never have to chase what's yours, right? Or what wants you. So I feel like the connections have been lame as hell, right? So I feel like she was right to do what she did because Quentin has tried to keep her kind of hanging on, even though it's clear that that Janelle is his top pick. So if Janelle is your top pick at this point, then you need to go ahead and roll with your top pick. And I think that Lee was dope for making the decision. I feel like a woman, you should never give a man multiple times to tell you if he wants to be with you or not.
Right. I mean, he definitely made her feel like number two.
That was the second time because
Yeah,
there was another episode where
you know what I'm saying?
he said that basically like he ghosted her and he did it in front of Janelle. And it was just like I was surprised that she even that production managed to get her to go on another date with him because we talked about it when she was on here the first time.
But
So
she's the best pick out the group to me.
yeah, I think a lot of men have said that off.
I sat there and watched it again. When I watched it today, I was like, you know what? I sat there and I looked how she carried herself, how she looked, like the combination of everything.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the one. They sleeping on her.
So why do you think they were sleeping on her? Like, why do you think? Because Jessica said that Lee and Janelle had all the connections. They had more connections than everybody. So why do you think we didn't see more of Lee? Now, she said that it could be because she was not, she wasn't going to give them what they wanted, right? And I believe that. I believe she always carried herself with respect and she was not into being messy or giving any entertainment outside of just what was real. But why do you think more guys weren't trying to really court her the right way? I'm even wondering why Chris wasn't courting her more.
I think when you put her together with the women, it's talking about a physical thing, man, a visual, right? When you put her with the women, the other guys might pick her. But But when you get her by herself and you really just zoom in and focus on her without the distraction of the other women, it's her. She's the one to me.
But why do you think that? But why would you think men would not be able to see that?
I think it's hard to make a decision at the time with her mixed in with the other women. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's, but I could see that. But when she was on the dates and I'm
Yeah,
looking at her and how she carries herself compared to when they were on the dates with the other women, I was like, she's the one. She
yeah,
didn't she didn't make any waves. She didn't seem iffy. That's what I
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it's difficult being on this show. I definitely feel like, as a woman, being able to stand on your own and not feel um ego, not allow your ego to get bruised has got to be difficult. Um, but I feel like some of the other women were more focused on each other than the men.
that's what I think. I think when they're together, they're being competitive. But when they're by
Mhm.
themselves with the date, then they're really expressing the real. You see what I'm saying? So, and I
Yeah,
think the reason why she might get overlooked as in the group. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So True Love Forever says Lee began with low energy with all the other women, even though she's a very attractive woman. Tracy said, I don't think she was really interested in anyone there. She wasn't feeling it at all. I don't know. I feel like really it's really on the men to step up and pursue. And I think all the women that I've talked to thus far, from Lee to Jessica to Aries, even Leanne and Tequila, everybody has said the men weren't really, you know, coming at them. Even Sierra said that. We haven't talked to her, but Sierra said that in one of the outtakes. So why are the men hesitant, do you think, to actually bring it on the show? Uh-oh.
Oh,
You guys, if you guys can hear me still, go ahead and drop an XO in the chat. I don't know if it's my hotel, because it still shows that it's moving, but Mo is um is stuck. G Dub said this is real life dating, Crystal. It is. I agree. It is. But I'm trying to find out from a man why men aren't
but
actually stepping up and pursuing.
I mean, some guys are waiting on choosing signals, right?
Okay.
You don't want to go too far playing yourself. So if she's giving you that energy, it's more guaranteed that she's going to, you see what I'm saying? But if you're, I mean, a lot of times men,
Mo's connection is not working. um, I do feel like, so G Dub says men do not pursue. I haven't had that experience. I have not had that experience. When a man is really into a woman, I do think they pursue. I think they don't when they're not really there. So I'm wondering if part of the issue is that the men weren't necessarily, and I also think it's probably difficult for men to pursue on camera. So
right?
I wonder, would you be different on camera than you are off camera?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think everybody would though. I
No,
mean, but
I think women,
I mean,
no, I think women are the same. Well, let me say this. I think everybody probably puts a little 10 on the two because they want to look a certain way on camera. But I do think that women would respond in a more authentic way, I believe, than men do on camera. I just believe that when it comes to camera, um, men don't want to look weak or would look soft, and so they don't want to do that. G Dub says, I think I'm an attractive yet humble, but men just don't approach me. Why are men not approaching, Mo? Why are men not hunting? He's not hunting right now because he's frozen. He is frozen.
right.
Um,
But I just think nobody, like we talked about before, no one likes rejection, right? So
right.
TV. So a lot of times men wait. I do it a lot. I wait on choosing signals. You
Like,
see,
what is that? What is a choosing signal?
a choosing signal is a woman staying a little too long. A lot of times they ask you stupid questions. You know what I mean? Just things to let them know, because at the end of the day, it's women choosing men. We just make our best presentation. Women choose men. Men don't choose women.
Not the Kevin Samuels effect. I kind of agree, G Dub. I also think, I wonder though, G
It's
Dub,
true.
if are you smiling and do you smile at men? Do you seem approachable? Because I've heard people say that women don't necessarily seem approachable. So I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat, out of all the women on the show, who do we think seem the most approachable? And I will say this to Janelle's defense, Janelle does seem very approachable. Every time you see her in a scene with a man, she's smiling, she's very welcoming, she's, you know, she's making eye contact with them, she's making them feel very comfortable and very appreciated. So I do think Janelle is very, she knows how to date, you know, she knows how to make a man feel safe to approach her.
Inviting, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G-Dub, I have RBF too, which I catch on this show all the time and it looks horrible. But I do know that I learned that when I was dating, that a lot of times if you just smile at a man, they'll be like, oh, okay. And they'll come talk to you. Yeah, Jessica and Aries, Kat. I think Kat was very inviting as well. But I just feel like Janelle is very good at flirting, and you know, she's got that little look at a guy, and all the guys, you know, really were interested in it. Let's talk about. So I think that Lee did the right thing. I guess my only question about Lee is I don't understand why Chris wasn't more wasn't in more pursuit of Lee, because I feel like out of everybody, I just don't understand why he didn't pursue her more. So that's interesting. I do feel like Jessica was more his physical type
Right.
initially, because he did, you know, that's who he initially saw. But I wonder why Chris didn't really pursue Lee more, even though, because I think both of them are attracted to each other. And the fact that he bought her the Versace slides, obviously he wasn't doing enough to make her feel like she was being pursued, even before he went home last week. So that's what I'm interested in. Hey, Daryl. Hey, D Glove. So let's talk about
The
Phil,
family.
Phil and Aries, because this, okay,
Yeah.
I am, you know, when we talked to Phil, I did ask him about, you know, his financial situation, and because it has come up several times on the show. This is like the fourth time. Kira mentioned it. You know, it just keeps coming back into conversation. Obviously, there's something to that. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts on? Tiffany says, "Go so sketchy, so sketchy."
Yeah, but he feels a way, but
Mo, you're gonna have to move into another area because you are keep. Can you move? Mo, can you move into an area closer to the? Can you move someplace that may be better reception? Because they're saying that they can hear me,
for
but
me.
you're stuck. Yeah, they're saying it's you.
Oh,
Is there is
oh,
there
what?
maybe is there maybe a place that's closer to the router?
What? I got, man, I got good Wi-Fi. I don't know what y'all
So so what it feels like Nunu said no, Mo. No, it is not good Wi-Fi.
What? Hey, who said that? Whoever said that? Mind your business.
Come on, come on. So what do you think about Phil? The fact that everybody around him seems to not have confidence in his ability to earn is concerning.
Did they? I mean,
Loyalty said y'all saw how his aunt started eating when that question came
yeah.
up.
You know what? I peeped that. I didn't know if anybody. I caught that.
That was hilarious. I was just like, see, that's not that is a sign that she knows it's probably worse than you think. It's
Right.
probably worse than we think.
Yeah. at this point, man, and he likes her too.
He does. He does. He does. He does. So Tracy said Phil feels away, but hasn't asked Aries serious questions about her reservations. I think Aries is going to choose herself, hopefully. Okay, but this is the thing, guys. I wonder, like, I do feel like there are certain times in life where people are starting over, right?
Right.
So it could be that that Phil is, we know that he talked about his father passing away and him having like going through some stuff that was difficult. He also gave us a 4 month. He said 4 months, things were good for 4 months. We all said that's not long enough for an adult to feel to have like, substantial stability. 4 months is just not enough time. But I'm also wondering, are we able to give each other grace? If you find something in someone that is special, thank you so much, Slaya. I appreciate that so much. But if you find someone that is special, you find someone that has potential, are we able to give each other grace? What is happening at Mo's house? Mo, what is happening? What is happening?
Hold up,
Why are
man.
we looking at your bed? And what is happening? What? G-Dub says not for a woman with children. Okay, but let me ask you this. If we are not open to allowing men to be, human and to go through things, what about if you get with that man, you guys get married, and then he has, something happens with his finances then? I'm just asking. I'm not saying that it's either way, but I do feel like we have to understand that people have to have, life is life. Like everybody could go through a hard time. Is it a hard time or is he just irresponsible? I think that's the problem. That's what I would want to know. Is it that he's not ambitious, or is it that he's gone through some rough times and would do differently if he had a supportive partner? What do you
Yeah.
think?
And if you don't have the partner, life goes on. You still got to do what you got to do. So, you know what I mean? He got kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has kids himself. But I think so. What do you think, Mo? What do you think that where do you think the line is drawn between you being irresponsible and you just being irresponsible 40 plus year old, or um, you actually just needing a chance to get on your feet? It is not working tonight with my guest co-host. What do you guys think about that?
It's the hotel you went.
It's not. I'm fine. I am fine. I am fine. It's not. They can see me. They can see me. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what Aries does. I did feel like from my conversation with Aries that she was not going to have a lot of she wasn't going to have an abundance of grace
Right.
with someone that was not in a great place. And I agree with True Love Forever. Aries does need to know Phil's plan. Because at this point it's giving irresponsible. And to me, that's how I feel. I feel like if you are a certain age and you are not able to get on, like you're being irresponsible. You're like, for instance, I feel like you shouldn't probably be on this dating show.
I don't think you should be. You should be ready to look for a job.
Right. Ready to look for some stability, not ready to love. Maybe ready to
Right.
look for, because I just feel like in your 40s, women have and I got married in my 40s, I don't have a lot of, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What have you been doing? Because I don't want to be with someone that's going to be irresponsible with money with me. So if you've been irresponsible with money on your own, then that's weird. I do. Monty says over 40 and still trying to pick a career is scary for most people. And I agree, but I'm okay with you if you have done a career and you want to make a change and you have a plan. That's one thing. But if you just out here living for the moment, I'm not feeling that.
Especially what did I tell you? The woman told me about 2 months ago.
I'm gonna let you share that.
She was like, No, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, he's not ready. He's got to. He at that point. I'm not saying he has to date down, but he has to. If he's looking for that, because these women are out of his bracket. They
Yeah.
are at this point in his life.
Yeah. That is why I think a lot of men date down, because they are, um, women at their level are more responsible and have been more
No,
responsible with
but
finance.
man is a. But don't rich men date down?
Every man dates down.
That's what I'm saying. So every man dates down, don't he?
That's true. That's true. That is true. So, what do you think? You think that Tyronda said Mo is ready for better Wi-Fi service.
Hey, yo, you mind your business. Whoever said that, mind your
They
business.
gonna come for you. They gonna come for you.
It's
Slow
not
down.
me. I promise you.
It is. It is. Okay. Let's move on to Quentin and Janelle.
Mm.
Um, what were you guys' thoughts on that? I will say this: Quentin has been consistent with Janelle from day one,
Right.
like day one. I I also think when we watch the behind the scenes clip on OWN, where he was trying to figure out how Janelle really liked the way she handled the situation in the house with the other ladies. I do think he's paying attention to that, but I also feel like he just really is that's his connection. I told you guys earlier that I kind of felt like they decided to pick each other early on, because I don't feel like we didn't really see it develop. But I also don't know. We know that Janelle said that she wants to get married like she wants a proposal within the year, and she wants to. What do you think about that?
Nah, that's scary.
Is Quentin that's scary? Why
It's,
is that scary?
how could you put a time on something like that? Even upon meeting someone that you like.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that sounds like somebody that nah, I'm cool on that.
yeah. I think that I think I agree that it's given alliance. Dom the model says I think it's physical between them. Janelle does make references to thinking that Quentin is very attractive, and Quentin also does the same thing with Janelle. So they really could, it could be a physical thing. Yes, Janelle did mention that she wants to adopt, but she also mentioned that she wants the process to start now. Now, you know. Um, I don't know. I just don't see them. I think Quentin is too young for her, because I feel like she's going to want a man. Janelle has been very clear about, she wants a manly man. She wants a godly man.
I don't think Quentin want any of them, to be honest. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yes, yes, yes. Do you care to elaborate?
I can if you want.
Why do you think that Quentin doesn't want any of the ladies there?
I think Quentin, I don't know. I'm not trying to for what
Yeah.
it comes across as a little sugary to me.
Sure. So you don't think he wants any of the women at
I
all, period?
and when I seen his cousin, they came and I saw the energy. And here's the wild part: when all the guys got together with Tommy, his voice got deeper when he was around all the men. But when he was dates, his voice was. I'm telling you, I watched it. I saw the twinkle in his eye and the
I didn't pay that
big
attention. That's
smile. I was
crazy.
like, huh?
I said I didn't pay that attention. I didn't pay that any attention.
I live in Atlanta. I see it. I was like, yo.
Okay, let me ask you this though. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't get those vibes from him, but I do get that he wants to be on TV. I do feel like Quentin, this is a good look, because he did say he likes to take his shirt off, and whenever there's an opportunity, he likes to take his shirt off. I just think it's, y'all are hilarious. Clocked it. Oh, Tamasha said I clocked him. I heard that too. Okay.
See?
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't pick up on the voice on the vocal, the decibels of the vocals.
I'm telling you, and I saw his voice got deeper when it was around the men. And I was like, nah, man, something ain't right.
Wow. Mm. Something ain't right in the Kool-Aid.
Right. It's a little sugary.
All right. Okay. Let's every people are agreeing. People are agreeing. Y'all, Mo is always hilarious. This is why I asked him to come
See?
on. He keeps me laughing. Um, I know I have to go back and watch it too, Loyalty, because I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. Um, so Kiki says
it was the happy hands. Hands were so happy.
Kiki says, how do y'all feel about him bringing up Janelle's age tonight? I will tell you what I think, and then Mo can tell you what they think. I feel like he is giving himself an out. I feel like this was to keep them on the show the entire time. And I feel like y'all are hilarious. Venus says 5-pound bag of Dixie Christal. You know what? Y'all are hilarious. No, seriously, I feel like the perceived connection was to keep them on the show together, and now that we're getting to the end, they have to get to a point where they can make up a reason for it not working out. And I feel like the age is an out. I agree, Tracy. I feel like that's an out because, like I said, I mean, realistically, you look at the two of them. There's nothing that would make them seem like a good connection. Right. Not even, I mean, I think they're both attractive, but Janelle is very mature and very ready for marriage and family immediately. Right. Quentin is not. He's obviously just having a good time. He was attracted to her, but we didn't really see him. I don't feel like he was really doing asking the real questions and doing the real work to actually to set this up to be a real relationship. I think it's just like, girl, you looking good. Okay, baby. I mean, it's just all been fluff. It's all been fluff.
Exactly. That's my point.
I also want to say he has not given a reason. Like, if you guys notice, the other guys, they'll talk about their connections, right? So one of them was, you'll hear, okay, well, I have this connection with her, but we've never heard Quentin explain why Janelle was his top connection. We've never heard him say what he didn't like about Lee. Like, we've never heard him speak to that. So it just doesn't make any sense. The only person that Quentin has had an issue with was Kara, because she asked him, did he like Black women? And he was very offended by that. But other than that, we've never heard him talk about his connections with other women. It's always been Janelle, but never why. Never why.
Yeah, it's starting to unravel.
It's starting to come. I don't think he was disappointed when Lee left. I think that it was just like, he's managed to stay on the show until the end, and I think that was the goal. We've heard, everybody on here has heard the underlying whispers of alliances, and I definitely think that was the case. So, the bandana date, it was the bandana date. But yeah, he's never explained why it was Janelle and not Lee. Okay, Mo, I need you to hold it down for a second. I need to take this quick call. Gotcha. Just hold it down for a second.
Now, back to what I was saying. I personally think that and we back. All right, cool. I think Chris was still on the phone. But in any case, I feel like I still feel a way about Jessica. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that she's a little what's the name's cousin caught on to it and was like her attitude. She said that he reminds her that Jessica reminds is like was it Morier's mother. And I don't know if that's some kind of weird attraction to him or he just likes women that come off a little bougie, but that's what I thought. And I was like, I see her energy, and I kind of understand what like Chris was saying. Once again, he took it too far, but I just saw. I was like, yo, she just has this air about her that just seems kind of stuffy and cold.
You who are you talking about?
Uh, I, I got on Jessica for.
Here we go. Okay. So
Just
Tracy says
air again. The same thing I saw last week. Her energy is just kind of like
it's mature, it's intentional. It's okay. This is the thing. I'm gonna just say it. Mo is frozen again. I'm sorry, guys.
I
I'm gonna get Mo some better connection, and I won't be in a hotel with no makeup on next time. But
told
I don't feel like Jessica is really into Marie. I really don't. I feel like Marie is into Jessica, but I don't feel like Jessica is into Marie. Miss Brown says, I think Marie and Jessica would make a good Black Power couple. I think on paper, yeah, but I think like a woman, would Jessica be considered an alpha female? I think so, but I don't think an alpha female is a bad thing. I feel like I'm an alpha female, but I don't feel like an alpha female is a bad thing. To me, the definition of an alpha female is just a female that has the ability to be a great leader, and I do think that Jessica has those values and those attributes. I think that she's very professional, and I do think she's a great leader. But this is the thing. I don't feel like a woman that is successful at that level needs just a man that is successful. I think she also needs a man that she respects and that she gets a spark from. So I don't feel like on paper matters. You know what I mean? On paper it looks good, but people on paper get divorced. Not that a lot of people don't get divorced, but if your relationship only looks good on paper and there's not that chemistry, I don't think that works. And I just don't get that she's really into him. Now, it could be that Jessica takes longer to get into a person because she did say she's a sapiosexual and that she's attracted to people that are very intelligent. So it could be that she needs more time. 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks may not be enough time for her to really get into a person. But I want you to tell me, Mo, what do you think? Because I feel like that Jessica could be the man that's not all intellectual and cultured, but he could just like have her number. And I think that she would really like him. I feel like the way that she liked Chris, I don't feel like she liked Marie like that. The way y'all saw the way she grabbed Chris's arm and was taking him around and letting all the other girls know that that was hers. I don't think she would do that to Marie.
Every time he said something about their signs and this, that, and the other, she downplayed everything. Everything. I was like, yo, she ain't feeling.
What do you think about? So his family called her uppity,
right? See.
But do you think to some men that's kind of a turn on? I feel like a lot of girls that you date, that's been a turn on for you.
No, you want to stop saying that.
Who's putting him out there like that, y'all?
No. They do like me too. You do know that, right?
No, I do. I'm just saying you're attracted to.
No, I find that out later. And okay. I think, and my mistake was I'm thinking they're just like that with other people. They're not going to be like that towards me, and they are.
That's never the case. Yeah, whenever someone is like that, they're like that all the way across. But question, are you turned off when a girl seems kind of uppity or snobby or,
Now, yeah, definitely. When I see them, now I can spot it way better than I did before. And I'm like, I'm just not, because I already know what's behind that door.
Yeah.
Before I was discovering, I kept bumping.
I think that if Jessica and if Chris had been okay with Jessica, if maybe he had given her a little bit more patience, I think they would have been super cute together and it's really sad that their situation went so bad. Like he's definitely not open to being okay with a woman that's like that. And I think that hurt her feelings. And I think that's why the two of them are like enemies now. I think they're enemies because she was attracted to him, he was attracted to her. And then, as men do, men are physical first. They will like the physical, and then they will, do a little bit more introspective research, and then decide they don't like the rest of it. And then the woman feels rejected, and then she ends up lashing back out, and they become enemies. So that's my breakdown of the two of them. I feel like Jessica felt rejected. And when she feels rejected, because she's very smart and very wordy and very witty, she's going to be, kind of apathetic towards him. And I think Chris couldn't handle that. And the two of them probably, I don't know, and maybe not, but I feel like if Chris had been a little bit more open to getting to know Jessica and pull down those layers, I think she would be a different guy for Chris than she would ever be for Marie. That's just what I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think she's
But
more physically attracted to Chris too. 2 more years till Western civilization collapses. Says women and men are both physical. I agree. I agree, because
right.
women will definitely allow a man to get away with a lot more that she's attracted to.
Men too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
We
know how
know
long
men.
I stayed and stuff when I should have, man, look.
Yeah. He said getting to know Jessica is a big coat. Uh, I mean, I feel like she probably this is probably not the forum for her, because she is an intellect. And so she probably needs a different circumstance and environment in order to let those layers down, not on national TV being watched. And she knows that everything she does is going to be, filmed and all that good stuff. So I think that this was not the place for that. I also think that Jessica is not going to Africa with Marie. I think I think Marie would have been better off. You know what? Marie would have been better off having a connection with Kat. I don't know if he was as attracted to Kat. She's absolutely beautiful. I think they look like there's a height difference. I'm just gonna say it.
You don't think with him and Lee?
Marie and
Yeah.
Lee? No.
No?
No.
Okay. I haven't seen enough. I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, I don't think so at all. No.
Okay.
No. I think, well, Tamasha, I do think this is what I think, and I love Tequila to death. She's a sweetheart, but I have to be honest on my page, you guys, because y'all be angry at me for things I say, but I have to, at least if I'm being honest, I'm okay with it. I feel like Tequila should have given Marie a chance. When she showed me those text messages that she sent him that said, go ahead and focus on your other connections, I think that was the wrong thing for her to do. I think she should have kept playing the game and just had confidence in herself, because you can't get thrown off and get in your feelings. And so I feel like he really did like her. And I feel like even when he came over and was like consoling her after all that stuff happened, I feel like if she just had leaned into how amazing she is, and not, and a lot of times, a lot of us have insecurities because of what we've heard before, and we bring that into what's going on now. And I feel like Marie really was interested. And because this is a TV show, and she probably was like, well, I don't want to get played. Sometimes trying not to get played, we play ourselves. And I feel like even if she did not end up with Marie, I think that if she hadn't have shut him down, it could have been a little bit different. We would have maybe seen her a little bit longer. I don't think she should have shut him down like that. I really don't. I really don't. You guys know, I asked any guy, and I know that because I used to do that. Like, I used to be the type that's like, as soon as I thought a guy didn't call me back right when I wanted him to, I'd be like, well, I'm not. And that was my defense, trying to keep from being hurt. But you can't do that. If you're not open to being hurt, you're not ready to love. And so you have to stop trying to avoid and trying to keep from getting played, because every time we try to keep from getting played, we play ourselves. So that's what I really think. I really feel like she should have just, and maybe she didn't like Marie. I don't know. But what I do know is that he was into her, and she shut it down because women are just like looking and trying to make sure that another person doesn't get the best of me, and it's just too emotional. So at that point you got to just relax and trust that what is for you will not miss you, and if you do that, I promise it'll be different. So I think that's a lesson, hopefully, that she got, because I don't feel like he had any reason to lie when he said that she was his top connection. He said it on here, he said it in the text message. Like, he was like, if that's what you want to do. Like, he really was into her. She shut it down. So I don't know. I definitely know he was, that was his top connection until she checked him and told him to move on. So I don't know if maybe she liked somebody else and she wasn't really feeling him, but you know, that's what I
Hey,
that's what I think. Um Marie, I believe he does some type of computer work where he's able to work off, virtually. That's what I think I remembered hearing. He'll be on next week, so you guys make sure to tune in for that. But yeah, I don't think that Jessica has any intentions of moving to Africa. I also don't know if she's into, the lifestyle that he seems like he's more of an activist. And I don't know, you
and
know,
spiritual person. She says she's more of a religious person. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I feel like everybody on here, somebody said earlier, this is I think G Dub, so this is dating. This is real life dating. And I feel like
Yeah,
it show really is how dating goes in real life. But a lot of times you're just not the right fit for a person. I also want to say, based on, you guys know I'm here in Atlanta and I've done celebrity publicist work for a long time. I'm actually here, for those of you just joining, I'm actually here in Florida with TLC. They have a big conference they're doing autograph signings at. So if you're in Florida and you're in Tampa, come out and see me tomorrow. I'll be with the girls all day and all day on Sunday, and then I head back to Atlanta. But you know, I think that a lot of times opposites attract initially, but they don't stay together, right? So I think there are a lot of times that opposites, the attraction, just like, for example, Janelle and Quentin, I could see if there's attraction there, but they're so opposite. I don't think that has the potential to even be anything, period. Not even definitely not a marriage, but I don't even think it could be a relationship. So when you look at, like, for instance, we just learned today that Jeezy and Jeannie Mai are getting divorced.
right.
Are we surprised?
No. And
No. Opposites attracted, but they don't stay together. Because I interviewed Jeezy, right? You guys know, if you watch the interview, is on the channel. And it's interesting because what he said to me, I tell you this, that when I was interviewing him, he said that he did not see me as a type of girl that would like Trap or Die. Trap or Die is one of my favorites. Like, I will put on Trap or Die when I'm working out, when I'm getting ready to do like a big interview or something. I'm listening to the Snowman, right? He said, I didn't see you as that type of girl, but I guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
right.
And I'm like, who are you married to? If I don't seem like a Trap or Die girl, does she? Does she? How did you think that was going to work, sir? I'm just saying. I'm just asking questions. And I think that Jeannie Mai, she was probably very attracted to, all women are like that bravado, the masculinity of a dangerous guy, of a guy that seems like he's from the hood, until you really get in that situation, until you live with that guy, until you meet Jay Jenkins and not Jeezy, and you're not on stage anymore. And then it's not so fun.
So, do you believe in the opposite attract?
I don't. I think that you have to find someone that's very much like yourself for long term. D Glow, so you can't ban the snowman.
If that's the case, then why a few times you tried to hook me up with the opposite of me, and I'm wondering why.
First of all, this is getting personal. But the reason I tried to hook you up with the opposite
I'm
was because, no, but because the girls that you're always getting with, I don't feel like they are able to. First of all, I don't feel like they're sweet. A lot of them are bitches, and they're not sweet girls. And I thought you should be with someone that was sweet, because I think long term you need a man, you need a woman who has a sweet, kind heart. And a lot of times girls that are bitches or call themselves a bad bitch doesn't also have a sweet, kind heart. And I feel like in a wife, you need a kind heart.
Crystal, you tried to say I should go out a date with the older woman that had the hip surgery.
She probably had a sweet, kind heart.
Which
Okay. Okay. A sweet, kind heart. Okay.
all right,
She, no, but see, Mo is not looking for a roughneck chick. He is looking for a cash doll.
no what? What do you stop saying that? I am not.
Mo is looking for cash doll. She got to be fly. She got to be talking right. She got to have a little street smart. She got to know how to wear the fly labels. He's looking for cash doll. I be trying to lead him to the right place. I be trying to lead him to the right place. But I will tell you guys, with me and my husband, our birthdays are like one day apart. We literally are like, we are so much alike. It's crazy. I never thought I would find someone that was so much like myself. So I feel like Lady for Life says opposites can attract and stay together. It depends on, hold on. It depends on the importance of the things that are opposite. I agree with that. I agree with that. But I just feel like for the most part, as adults, especially if you get to this point where you're in your late 30s or 40s and even beyond, you know who you are, right? And you're not going to change a lot personality wise.
Right.
So if you get someone who is 100% different from your personality when it comes to religion, when it comes to likes and dislikes, when it comes to the way you want to live,
Right.
that's going to be a problem. Um, so I feel like for us, for me and my husband, we're both Libras. So when he tries to, he's a good talker, but guess what? I am too. So he'll be doing something like, I know what you're doing because I do the same thing. You can't run that shit on me. And he'll do the same thing to me. So it's like, I've never had a guy that checks me. He will check me and I'll check him, but it's like, we know each other. Yeah, Paula Abdul and MC Scat Cat were wrong. D Glove, he said opposites attract. I used to love that song. That's my pom pom days, my cheerleading days. Um, yes, I want someone who is similar to me. I did. I wanted someone. I mean, he definitely has differences. He likes to turn up a little bit more than I do, but we both enjoy the same type of thing. So, and I wanted a man. I work in entertainment. I wanted a man that was comfortable and confident in his skin and could handle that, and also understood it. And did somebody say we're the best 10-14? What's up, D? Mine is 10-3. I'm 10-3 and Adrian is 10-4, 10-5, and we got married on 10-4. So we are 3-4-5. We are, my birthday is October 3rd, his is October 5th, and we got married on October 4th. But yeah, I think that long term you need someone that you have similar, similar goals for how you want to live your life and things like that. So that's why I was just trying to find you a sweet woman, Mo, that would cook you lunches and, rub your shoulders. That's all, you know. Can you hear me? Mo, he's frozen again. His this is crazy. His internet has never been like this. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I think, guys, of the whole series. Mo, did you? I just was trying to find a girl that would cook you lunches and be sweet to you. Okay, all right. It is just freezing up. That's crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen next week, but I'm ready to get to the reunion. I don't really want any more Ready to Love episodes. I'm ready to get to the
Fine.
reunion so we can, huh?
What'd you say?
This is cool. I said I was trying to find you a girl that was sweet that would cook you lunches and be sweet to you. Single men with no kids do not need to date 40-plus-year-old women, period. I kind of agree with that though. I kind of agree with, like, single men with no kids need a younger woman because, you know, I just don't see that him being, unless he doesn't want children and unless he's mature, right? Because I just don't see that for Quentin. That's not what I see for him. Um, yeah, let's wrap it up and get to the reunion so we can really find out what happened, because we know that Janelle and Quentin are not together. I want to hear from some of the other singles that left earlier. Do you have any? I can't even ask because Mo can't talk. What about your Mo. What predictions do you have for next week?
Um, oh man, I would say that. Man, what's her name? She's gone. Uh, and I think they. Can you see? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Quentin, the girl. What was her name?
Janelle?
Janelle. No, the other one.
Cat?
Cat.
No,
Uh,
Janelle and Quentin are together. I'm just saying I don't think they're gonna stay together long term. That's what I'm saying. Um, I don't think they're gonna stay together long term, but they're still together. They could be together. I could be 100% wrong. I could be 100% wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. 2 more years till Western civilization collapses. That is hilarious. I appreciate that. And I appreciate so many of you giving super chats last week. I mean, last Wednesday, I mean, this past Wednesday, that was amazing. We had like 1,400 people listening and tuning in. I appreciate you guys that are here tonight. It's like 250 people here tonight in this conversation. On Monday, I will be back with Herbert, so I'm excited about that. Y'all are hilarious. But make sure that you like this broadcast. Make sure that you like it so that people can see that, we have a good time on here. The chat is lit. And I have some amazing news. I'm going to be giving away gas cards. You guys know that our gas in Atlanta is high as hell right now. So I have partnered with Lennox and Parker. Lennox and Parker is a magazine that I serve as editor in chief for, and we are basically about promoting positivity in Black culture. And it's amazing. We have the latest cover was Erica Badu that I did. And so we're going to be giving out gas cards to subscribers. You guys in the chat that always are holding me down. I appreciate that so much. So if there's anything else that you guys would like us to do, we definitely do beauty. We do beauty giveaways. I've done some of those before. We've done ticket giveaways for concerts, but I was just like, gas is something that everybody needs. Like, we all need gas cards. I need a gas card. My truck takes a lot of gas, and so I need a gas card. But we're going to be doing giveaways for that starting next week, actually starting Monday. So please tune in for that. Please share. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. If you have suggestions, you guys can always hit me on Instagram with any suggestions that you have for conversation, because I really want to grow this channel and I really want our chat to become a place where we connect and we vibe and we have good stuff. I did an interview earlier tonight with Lateris Whitfield from Dear Future Wifey. I hope you guys got a chance to check that out. If not, make sure that you go and check it out. It was a great interview and he gave some great feedback. Mo, while we got you here, any last minute thoughts about tonight's episode that we didn't touch on? Mo, can you hear me? To Mo, can you hear me? He can't hear me. I don't know. Can you hear me? You saying bye? Can you hear me? Okay, he can't hear me. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Like I said, if you're in Tampa, please come and see me tomorrow. We will be, I don't know, some convention center. We're at 90s Con. But okay, cool. We will be here at 90s Con. So look it up and definitely come out and hang out with us. Thank you. Pretty amazing for saying I wish the interview with Lateris was longer. I do too. I do too. It was just, he was doing press in Atlanta. And so we were able to connect with him, but it was good stuff. And maybe we'll have a chance to connect again. Like I said, I'm really trying to build the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging out with me and being so supportive. It really means more than you know. Make sure that you like this on the way out. Make sure that you're back here on Monday at 8. We're going to talk to Herbert. I have some questions for Herbert. I thought Herbert was a very popular guy. I was surprised to see him go when he did, but I definitely got some questions for him. So I appreciate you all. Like I said last time, if you're in Tampa, come see me tomorrow with TLC, and I will see you guys back here Monday at 8 o'clock. All right. Have a great weekend.